bushy blonde hair, surfing USA. grandmother's house. The way is clear, the light is good. I have no fear, nor no one should. The woods are just trees, the trees are just wood.
No need to be afraid there.
There's something in the glade there. Into the woods without delay, but careful not to lose the way. Into the woods, who knows what may be lurking on the journey. Into the woods to get the thing that makes it worth the journey. Into the woods to see the king,
To sell the cows,
to make the potion to see,
to sell,
to get,
to bring,
to make,
to live,
to go to the festival. Into the woods, into the woods, into the woods and out of the woods, and home before dark.
Mother said straight ahead, not to delay or be misled. I should have heeded her advice, but the wolf seemed so nice. And the flowers there were such beautiful things that I hadn't thought to explore. They were off my path, so I never had feared. I had been so careful, I never had cared. But they pulled me from my mission when I should have been scared.
And I know things now, many valuable things that I hadn't known before. Do not put your faith in a cape and a hood. They will not protect you the way that they should. And take extra care with strangers, even flowers have their dangers.
and though they may be inviting,
Wolves are surely not good. Now I know, don't be scared. Granny is right, just be prepared. Isn't it nice to know a lot? And a little bit not. There are giants in the sky. There are big, terrible giants in the sky. When you're way up high and you look below at the world you've left and the things you know, little more than a glance is enough to show you just how small you are. When you're way up high and you're on your own in a world like none that you've ever known, when the sky is lead and the earth is stone, you're free
to do
whatever pleases you, exploring things you never dare, 'cause you don't care when suddenly there's a big, tall, terrible giant at the door. A big, tall, terrible lady giant sweeping the floor. And you think of all of the things you see, and you wish that you could live in between. And you're back again, only different than before. After the sky, there are giants in the sky. There are big, tall, terrible, awesome, scary, wonderful giants in the sky. Mother cannot guide you. Now you're on your own. Only me beside you. Still you're not alone. No one is alone. Truly, no one is alone. I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. Yet there's no sickness or no danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to reach my home. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home.
I know dark
clouds
clouds will gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep, but golden fields I have before me. Where the saints shall keep.
I'm going down to see my Father. He said he'd meet me when I come. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I am a poor wayfaring stranger who's just a going over. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair, a golden starlight in your eyes of blue. That is why all the girls in town wanna follow you all around. Just like me, they long to be so close to you. Ba ba ba, ba 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 ba, ba ba On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair, a golden starlight in your eyes of blue. That is why all the girls in town wanna follow you all around. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Just like me, long to be close to you. Why Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny was a handsome boy who lived beyond the river. In the spring he'd come to town and catch the young girls' eyes. When the girls would talk to him, young Johnny's voice would quiver with the shy and nervous tone, and all the girls would sigh. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny, will you dance with me and take me to the hayride? I'll be true to only you and you'll be true to me. When the moon shines o'er the glen, I want you there by my side. Johnny, don't you understand? Your wife I want to be. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny, Johnny dear, Johnny dear. All the girls in town will cry the day I marry Johnny. I'll bend my eyes and softly sigh and wait for his reply. But Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said no. Johnny said Johnny said Johnny said no, Johnny said Johnny said no, Johnny said no, Johnny said Johnny said no, Johnny said Johnny said no. Johnny said 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 no. I love coffee, I love tea, I love the jabba jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the jabba and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. I love Java, sweet and hot. Whoops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot and I'll pour me a shot. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup.
Oh, slip me a slug from that wonderful mug, and I'll cut a rug till I'm snug in a jug. A slice of onion and a raw one.
Draw one.
Waiter, waiter, percolator.
I love coffee, I love tea. I love the jabba jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the jabba and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup.
Boston beans.
Soybeans.
I said those itty bitty little green beans.
Cabbage and greens.
You know that I'm not keen about a bean, unless it is a cheery coffee bean.
Talk it, boy. I love Java, sweet and hot. Whoops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot and I'll pour me a shot. Cup, a cup, a cup of that Sambazo. Snug in a jug. Drop your nickel in my pot, Joe. Taking it slow. Waiter, waiter, percolator. I love coffee and tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me.
Oh, well, the
Coffee and tea and the Java and me.
yeah.
A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boy. You're just
Would you all please remain standing as we begin this evening's commencement with the national anthem sung by the Fairview Kirtland Dual and Road Vocal Ensemble, led by Mr. Kevin Salisbury. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good evening, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the graduating class of 2017. As college president, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you to this 48th commencement exercise of Kirtland Community College. I am delighted that so many are in attendance in this auditorium or watching us online to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. Graduates, please let me offer my congratulations to you. The awards and degrees you will be receiving are a tribute to your hard work and commitment to higher education. You can rightfully be proud of your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, please let me give you a few thoughts of mine on why we should be proud of our graduates. First, leaders at our state universities have personally told me they like Kirtland transfer students because they are well-prepared, hardworking, dedicated to learning, and perform better than other students who actually start at that university. Secondly, Kirtland students generally come from an area about the size of the state of Connecticut and live in more than 100 communities. Those that commute often travel long distances in the dark of a winter morning to attend classes. All of our graduates overcome significant challenges and make extraordinary effort to complete a program at Kirtland. Third, a majority of our graduates in technical programs have to pass state license examinations or gain industry certification to become employed. Our graduates work hard to pass state examinations and are valued employees in the workforce. I am also proud of the many Kirtland alumni that have taken their place in society and have contributed to our quality of life in Michigan and beyond. Graduates, please remember that you are a member of Kirtland's family and that you're always welcome at any of our locations. We ask that you visit us when you can, let us know of your accomplishments, and help us when called upon. On behalf of all employees, I offer my special thanks to the family members that are present here. I know that you have provided often needed support, which has helped these graduates complete their education. It is now my honor to introduce the members of the Board of Trustees at Kirtland Community College, along with other platform participants and special guests. As I introduce each individual, will they please stand to be recognized? I ask that the audience hold their applause until each group is introduced. Please follow my lead. So, to begin with, the members of the Board of Trustees are Ms. Mary Ann Farragon. Mary Ann, if you'd remain standing for a little bit, I'll get everybody here. Mr. Jack Kramer. Ms. Amy Knepp. Mr. Roy Spangler. Mr. Tom Ritter. And Mr. Aaron Coltrane. If you would, please. The others that join us on this stage are, and if they would stand, please, and again, hold your applause, Vice President of Instructional Services, Dr. Julie Lavender. Commencement speaker, Mr. Tim Kuzak. And our faculty representative for this ceremony, History and Humanities Professor John Thiel. I also asked you to recognize the commencement marshals that are seated in the front of the audience. There they are, I guess. I have to find them. They are Vice President of Business Services, Mr. Jason Broge. Vice President of Student Services and Registrar, Ms. Michelle Viscoschel. Dean of Occupational Programs, Ms. Laura Percival. Director of Human Resources, Mr. Dale Shantz. And Director of Library Services, Deb Shoemaker. If you would, please. And with that, I asked Professor Thiel to lead us in the next portion of this ceremony.
Thanks, Dr. Quinn. Before we get too far into the ceremony, we get to do one of my favorite portions of commencement every year. The graduates each year at Kirtland don't simply attend classes, do their homework, go home, and go to sleep. You all have a lot on your plates. You all have a lot of things going on in your lives. You've all had to overcome a lot of challenges to get to where you are today, to achieve the certificates and degrees that you'll be awarded tonight. And speaking from experience in my years teaching at Kirtland, our students are dedicated, they're committed to success, and they've overcome a bunch of obstacles. I've had students who, this just occurred to me, I don't even know if I should tell you this story. A student a couple years ago, because y'all know driving to Kirtland in the winter is always fun. She arrived in class a few minutes late, and she looked a little shaken up. And I said, "Are you okay? What happened?" She said, "I rolled my truck on I-75. It was icy." I said, "Why are you here?" She said, "I didn't want to miss class. My education's too important." She got her car straightened out and drove the rest of the way. It was 5 minutes late, sat right down, and was right involved in class. Just, okay. I kept making sure she was all right. She was fine. But you know, when we have students who have so many things going on, I mean, you all know from experience, I've had students who roll into a 10 a.m. class that they're in with me, and they just had to pull an overnight shift. They haven't slept since 4 o'clock the day before. You know, they have had more coffee than I have, which anyone who's had me for a teacher knows that's hard to do, but they have. And so you've accomplished a lot, you've overcome a lot, and you owe thanks not just to yourselves, but to the people in your network who've helped you to achieve this. So while the house lights are up, if we could have the graduates briefly, if you could please stand, and just look around the auditorium, find your family and friends who are here to celebrate with you tonight. If you guys could please stand up. Find your family and friends, look at where they are seating, and let's give your family and friends a round of applause here. Now, graduates, if you could please stay standing. If you look over to my right, in the front corner of the auditorium over here, okay. If you look over to my right, you'll see Kirtland's faculty sitting here. They've certainly helped you to achieve your goals. If you could please give the faculty a round of applause. And while we're acknowledging the faculty, just two pieces of special recognition. We have two faculty members with us who will be retiring after this semester. And I'd just like to identify them briefly. First, after several decades in education and 13 years in Kirtland's Science Department, Ann Hauser is retiring. And after 31 years in our math department, Miss Marcelle Romanke will be retiring. And finally, while you're all standing, if you could also look around one more time, if we have any other Kirtland employees, Kirtland staff members who haven't already been recognized, could you please stand or acknowledge yourselves so we can thank you for helping these graduates to succeed tonight? Okay, you can sit down, but don't get too comfortable. Anyone who's been here before knows what's coming. I relish the chance to do this to you, make you do a little calisthenics. Could we have all of the graduates tonight who graduated from high school within the last 3 years, please stand. Thank you. You can be seated. With all of our graduates tonight who have worked at least part-time while attending Kirtland, please stand. Thank you. And now this is where it gets dicey. With all of our graduates who are at least 25 years old, please stand. Okay, now I never know how this is going to go, so bear with me. With all the graduates who are at least 30 years old, please remain standing. Okay, you see where this is going. If we have any graduates tonight who are at least 40 years old, would you please remain standing? Okay, at some point, people aren't going to want to stand. They're just going to want to punch me. If any graduates who are over 50 years old, would you please remain standing? Thank you. Now, last but not least, if we have any graduates who are at least 60 years old, would you please remain standing? Thank you, Mary Jo. You can be seated. Now, this is again, I don't know what's coming. This could work out great. This could crash and burn. With all of our graduates who are currently married, please stand. If we have any graduates who are currently married to another of tonight's graduates, would you please stay standing? I didn't think so. Okay. All right. I don't know what that tells you. With all of our graduates who have children, please stand. With any graduates who have grandchildren, please remain standing. Thank you. With all graduates who are single parents, please stand. Okay. If we have any graduates tonight who are graduating with a sibling, would you please stand? Oh, I wasn't sure. I did that once a couple of years ago, and there was a brother and sister who were graduating together, and they could not have been sitting farther apart from each other. So I thought that was kind of telling. Last but not least, would any graduates who are currently in the armed services or have served in the armed services please stand? Thank you very much. I like to do that just because it gives us a good indication of how diverse our student body is and how they come from all walks of life, all experiences, and they all have these common goals that they're reaching tonight, and it's really rewarding to see. And so that's what we're celebrating this evening, and we're going to continue to do that throughout the ceremony. And at this point, it's my privilege to introduce tonight's commencement speaker, Mr. Tim Cusack. Tim Cusack influences people in various stages of their lives, encouraging them to believe in themselves and to grow their potential through his motivational messages. He developed this versatility and this unique approach as one of 10 children, no thanks, raised on a beef farm in Michigan. With an undetected learning disability, Tim barely made it through school. While figuring out who he was and what he wanted to do, he traveled the country, working as a ranch hand, ski resort dishwasher, prep cook, house painter, Christmas tree trimmer. He also ventured to Alaska to work on fishing boats in the Bering Sea. Eventually, he convinced Grand Valley State University to let him attend, and he relearned to read and write. In college, Tim discovered the life-changing world of psychology and the theater. He then traveled the country with a professional children's theater troupe and worked with the founder of Second City Improv. Tim is married with 2 children. In his spare time, he's an avid athlete, pursuing running, cycling, tennis, and Frisbee. I hope he brought his Frisbee tonight. We can play catch. Additionally, Tim volunteers with Hospice and Gildas Club, and he is a trained member of the Red Cross and the Network 180 Crisis Response Team. So we're all in good hands tonight. Please welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Tim Cusack.
Thank you, thank you. All right, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but we left you at 60. Do we hear 70? How old are you, 103? What's going on? How old are you? 64 in September. Come on. That is so awesome. All right, I'll get to you grads. Parents of the graduates, grandparents of the grads, extended family, aunties and uncles of the grads. How about this? Because they haven't been recognized thoroughly yet. All the kids that are here tonight, your parents are graduating. One of your parents or both your parents are graduating. I want you to stand. The kids. Stand up. Look at these guys. And also, by show of hands, and I really appreciate the fact that we recognized our military veterans, our graduates. By show of hands, our military veterans that are in the audience tonight. Look around, see who they are. And then the professor here. Thank you for serving. The board, college president, the staff. Okay. Grads, you're next. Look at this. One sheet of paper, one side. That's it. That's all you're going to get. And you're all thinking, yes, he's great. Because I remember my graduation, and I just wanted to get it done, right? You want to get out of here. All right. Well, there's a lot on this one side of paper. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I researched, hey grads, I researched commencement addresses. Really, I looked up commencement addresses. You know what the research shows? About 99% of people, when you ask them, who was the speaker and what did they say, they don't remember. So I started thinking, what's the point? You know how that makes me feel? It's like, let's just skip it. Some of you right now are going, hey, that's a good idea. This guy, he just made a great point. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to make a point, one that you will never forget. And we're going to start by you all pointing. I'm going to ask you a question. If you believe that there is an answer to this question that I'm about to ask you, then I want you to point. Use your index finger, either one, left or right, doesn't matter. And if you don't believe there is an answer to this question, then you don't have to point. But if you think there is, and don't worry about getting this wrong. Because really what I'm about to ask you, nobody knows. Nobody really knows the answer to this question. You are the only ones that really know the answer to this question. Here we go. Count of 3. That's where I want you to point. I want you to point at your anatomy, somewhere in your body, where you think your soul, your spirit, your chi, your energy, whatever you want to call it, where do you think that is? 1, 2, 3, everybody, point. Look around, see where people are pointing. Look around. You guys point? Staff point? All the professors, they're all like, of course it is. They've got big brains. Roughly, you all did what most people do. 80, 90% of people, grads, you know where they point? They point either here in their chest area to their heart, maybe a little lower to the abdomen where the guts are, or they point to the brain. Here's what happened. And this is just, I find this fascinating. Everybody here, when you all were about 5 to 6 weeks in the womb, that old, we were all nothing but a neurotube. And that neurotube is what developed it through process, and it formed, developed into your intestines, into your heart, into your spinal cord, and into your brain. And all 3 of those are wired together forever and ever. And that's why when we think about things, we feel them here and here. And there has to be something to the fact that when I say point to your soul, point to your spirit, we point here or here. Where did we learn how to do that? I'm going to guess most of you have never been asked that question, but you knew the answer for you. It's fascinating, isn't it? Now, it's referred to as the 3 brains. You got your brain in your skull, you got your brain in your gut, which is known as the second brain, and the brain in your heart. Your brain in your head, this brain here, it weighs roughly 3 pounds. Think of about a nice size head of cabbage. That's your brain in your head. Yeah, and that cabbage head has got 100 billion neurons. This brain up here, this thing runs everything. This brain up here, it's only 2 to 3% of total body mass. From head to toe, this is only 2 to 3% of total body mass, but it burns 25% of our energy. Except for you grads, you guys were cranking up around 35, 40% in the last couple of weeks. In the brain, normally is about 3 pounds. I'm going to guess right now you guys are at 3.5. And guys, if a woman ever says to you, hey, do I look like I've gained weight? Like, you're going to answer that, right? But if you want to be honest, just say, hun, your brain looks bigger. And that's a good thing. Just stick with the brain. Now, this brain up here, it operates pretty much everything. And the interesting thing about it is there's the brain and there's the mind. The brain is the hardware. The mind is the software. You can look at your brain and your skull, and it's like, okay, that's the hardware. That's like your laptop. That's it. What you don't see is the software. Because when you start typing, you don't see the software working. Now, if you put your brain in a functional MRI, you can watch it light up and you can see some of the software. But when you look into a mirror and you say, who am I? And what am I doing? That's your software. And if somebody hits their head real hard and they hurt the hardware, sometimes that affects the software. But thank God for neuroplasticity, you can repair it. The brain is plastic. You can rewire it. There's a neuropsychologist out of California, Rick Hansen. He says, he wrote a book. It's called Wiring Your Brain for Happiness. I'll show you how you do it right now. I want you all right now, person next to you, I want you to answer this question, one of 3 things. What are you grateful for? What's good in your life? And anything that you're happy about right now. Anything you're grateful for? anything you appreciate, anything that you're happy about, what would that be? Turn to the person right next to you and say that. Go. All right. Very good. We had a couple over here. He actually grabbed her. That's good. Good news. I'm going to guess a lot of you thought, I'm really grateful that either my child or my grandchild or you guys thought, I'm graduating. Here's what Dr. Rick Hansen says. Bad news to your brain, it's like Velcro. Bad news sticks. Good news, it's like Teflon. It just slips away. So this is how you rewire your brain, guys. For the rest of your life, anytime you see something really good and it makes you feel good, and it's one of those moments where you just, oh, he said, try to hold on to it for 10 seconds, maybe 15, even 20. It will rewire your brain to look for what is good. A great place to do this, go to the airport. Just stand there when people get off the plane and watch what happens. When people get off the plane and they see their loved one and they're going, ah, and they go, ah, and just stand there and watch that and just look at that and go, oh, they love them so much. You just rewired your brain. Neuroplasticity. Take it with you everywhere you go. Your second brain, your intestines, your guts. You know how much your guts weigh? Roughly 7.5 pounds. So think of a sack of 10-pound potatoes, take a couple out. There's your guts. If you take your intestines and string them out, almost as long as a tennis court, 25, 30 feet. There's about 500 million neurons in your stomach sending signals to your brain. A lot of your neurochemicals that are running in your brain are made in your gut. You know what's fascinating about your second and third brain, the gut and the heart? We talk about it all the time. I'll bet you graduates, I'll bet someone at some point when you even started saying, should I go back to college? Somebody said, well, what's your gut telling you? Go with your gut. Listen to your heart. You know what no one ever says? Well, what's your brain telling you? The only time we use it is when our kids do something really stupid. What do we say? What were you? When they jump off the roof and break their leg, you go, hey, did you go with your heart on that? No. What were you thinking? And they come back with something really brilliant like, oh, no. I think I can do this. I'll show you somebody who I recognize there was a young man right over here that you have someone graduating here, a parent? How old are you? 11? How old are you? 9? Could you come here for a second? Yes, yeah. Oh, both of you? Your brothers? Okay, no fighting right now, all right? Okay, you stand right here. And what's your name?
Braden.
Braden? All right. And you are?
Dalton.
Dalton? Would you recognize your parent if you saw him? You probably haven't seen them lately because they've been studying. But do you remember what they look like? Where are they? Point them out. What is a man or a woman?
Woman.
A woman. Oh, yeah, it's a woman right over there. Is that your mom? Okay. Did you guys actually ever witness her studying?
Yeah.
Like, what'd she do?
She was on a computer.
She was on a computer? Yeah, playing games. All right. She told you to go to bed, and she started playing solitary. And did you see your mom working at things? And what was, when you saw your mom studying, what would you say was probably one of the hardest things that she had to do to go to college?
Read.
Read? I'm telling you, that darn reading, they make you read. If they could cut that out, college would be a lot better, wouldn't it? Okay, last thing is this, guys. Your mom now is wearing this gown, and cap and gown, as she's graduating. Are you proud of her?
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you say to your mom right now? You have a microphone, you're on the stage, she's sitting right there. What would you say?
Good job, Mom.
What would you say?
Same thing.
Give these guys a hand. All right. Here's what the point I wanted to prove. My hunch is, what just happened, you didn't feel it in your brain and your head. You felt it in your gut, and you felt it in your heart. I knew the second I even brought these little guys up, everybody in here would go, oh, I don't care if he knows how to read. I just like that kid. And then did you hear that, Mom, what he said? He's proud of you? That's some serious living right there. If you can be proud of your parent and watch them achieve something, what are the chances are they're going to do the same thing? And graduates, we'll conclude with the final brain, the one in your heart. Your heart, when you're a child, it's about the size of one fist. We adults, our heart is the size of two fists, roughly. This is how big your heart is. It beats, boom, 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 100,000 times a day. It will beat 32 million times in a year. Your heart. Your heart will send more signals from the heart to the brain than vice versa. There are, one of the fascinating elements about the heart, of all the transplants you can do, when you transplant a heart from one person to the other, that the donor dies, the recipient receives the heart of all the organs. The heart is the one where they say, it's a theory called cellular memory theory, that it remembers who it came from. And the person receiving the heart, they start to have memories that wasn't theirs. They change their appetite. They used to hate barbecue, now they love barbecue. The heart. They say that the heart is one of these things that it has literally its own brain. And when you see people and you engage with people, it picks up on your heart. It speaks. How many times you use the phrase, you met someone you really like, and you've said, they have a really good heart. How do you know? You cardiologist? You just sensed it, didn't you? There's on the radio, once in a while, if you listen to National Public Radio or some other stations, you might hear something that's called StoryCorps. StoryCorps is where they send two people into a booth, and one asks the other questions. And basically what they like you to do, they want you to ask questions, get to the meat of it, that if you weren't going to see this person again for a long time, what would you want to know? And here's the one with the heart. Husband and wife. He has dementia. And he's starting to lose his mind. His whole life, he was an aerospace engineer, and he worked for NASA. Brilliant man. And his wife said to him, honey, what are you most afraid of with this disease? And he said, I know that someday I'm going to forget your name, and I'm going to forget our kid's name. And then he paused and he said, but you know what the blessing is for this disease? He said, my whole life as an engineer, I lived in my head. And now, I live in my heart. And that's where all the action is. Oh. I'm sitting at a light when that came on, and I started crying. And the people next to me were like, what's wrong with you? Ah. So here's what's going to happen. In conclusion, you all are going to leave here tonight. Remember I said I want to make a point? You all did your points? Here it is. You're going to leave. You're going to go out these doors. You're going to shake hands. You're going to hug. You're going to laugh. You're going to go eat. You're going to go drink responsibly. You know what you're going to do? You're going to do this. What I'm going to do right now. You all are going to take pictures, just like I'm going to do. Could you turn the house lights up so I get a picture of these grads? Oh, there we go. Aren't you pretty? That's that gang. That's that gang. What the heck, professors? And this is what's going to happen. Tomorrow, or a week from now, or 10 years, or maybe 50 years from now, you're going to look at those photos. You know what will happen? The brain in your head, the optic lobe back here is going to light up. It's going to send a signal to your stomach, then to your heart. And you're going to look at that photo and go, oh, I remember that. It felt so good. I love that night. You're going to connect all three brains. Don't forget my point. And when they say, who talked? I don't know, some guy that looked like a middle-aged leprechaun. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Before you get too comfortable, the board and the faculty and staff at Kirtland would like to present you with this plaque to thank you for speaking with us tonight. You want to come up here?
I know what you're thinking. Does he know where the pot of gold is?
I think I know what kind of cereal I want tomorrow morning. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage this year's recipient of the award for Kirtland's Outstanding Alumnus. This year, our outstanding alumna is Dr. Jyoti Lachman-Semkoviak. Dr. Lachman-Semkoviak, DNPRN CRNI, is the Senior Director of Infusion and Community Services for McLaren Vital Care. She began her academic nursing career at Kirtland Community College, where she graduated in 1984 with her associate's degree. She later went on to complete her bachelor's and master's degrees at the University of Phoenix and completed her doctorate of nursing practice degree at Madonna University. Dr. Semkoviak has 33 years of experience in home health care, including 29 years specializing in home infusion therapy. She's certified in infusion therapy, is a published author, a member of the Journal of Infusion Nursing Editorial Review Board, and an independent consultant on a national level. She lives in Gaylord with her husband, Tim, and children, Morgan and Austin. Dr. Semkoviak, would you please come forward to receive your award?
Good evening. I'm very honored to receive this award, and Kirtland is a fabulous school. I'm sure that all of you agree. I want to just talk for just a minute about how I got where I am. I started here, received my associate's degree in nursing, because I want to talk about it just a little bit, because I think that it's important that you as graduates hear. On my way down, I started thinking, when I was nominated for this award, if anyone looked at my GPA, they probably thought, what? How did this girl ever receive her doctorate degree? Because when I was here, I was not a good student. I was very young. I struggled with some of my classes, but I finished. And when I was all done, I had no intention of going on for a higher degree. I was so happy to have my nursing degree. I was going to go out and get a job, which I did. And some of you are probably in that same situation where some of you are going to be done and go find a great job. Others of you will, this is kind of a stepping stone to a higher degree. And I want to talk a minute about mentors, because regardless of whether or not you're going on to school or whether or not you're going on to a job, finding a mentor is very important. And a mentor, a lot of times we get mentors mixed up with a preceptor, and preceptors teach you about policies in your job, how to follow the policies, what the rules are, how to do certain things, but a mentor is different. And there's mentors in your work, there's mentors in your school. You probably have had them here as you've been going through school. And what happened with me was when I got done, I'd been out of school a few years, and one of my acquaintances, I didn't know the lady very well, she called and asked me to go to lunch. So I went to lunch with her, and she said she had a nag list, and I was on it. And her nag list consisted of nurses that she felt could go on further in their education and become more credentialed than what they were. And she felt that I could do that. And I just looked at her like she was nuts, because I had 2 toddlers at home. I said, Nancy, I am not a good student. You know, it was totally out of the question. But she believed in me. And she felt that I could do it. And she became my mentor. So a mentor is someone who has more knowledge than you, more experience than you, and they're able to be your guide as you go through different things in your work and in your education. And Nancy became my mentor in both. I ended up working for her, and she was my cheerleader going through school. And so I started going back to school. My kids were toddlers. They'd cheer me on, hey, Mama, go. And Morgan, I remember my daughter one day, she said, Mama, math is kind of hard for you, isn't it? So it was a long struggle, but it was very well worth it. And when I was all done with my doctorate, I had lunch with Nancy again, and I said, how am I ever going to thank you for everything that you did for me? And her words to me were to pay it forward. She wanted me to go and be a mentor. And she had trained me well, and that's been one of the best parts of my job, the best parts of my career, is to be able to be a mentor to other people that work for me or that I work with, and be their cheerleader, be their guide, help them to get kind of navigate through school or through their job. And I think my biggest message to you is don't ever underestimate what position you can hold in your job or what level of education you can receive, because you have to believe in yourself, and you need to go find a mentor wherever your path is going. You need to find a mentor, and then you need to be a mentor and pay it forward. Thank you very much. I'm very honored.
Will the candidates please rise? That's all of you. Stand up. Dr. Quinn, I present to you the graduating class of 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of 2017, upon successful completion of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority of the laws of the state of Michigan, and the powers vested in my office by the Board of Trustees of this college, I hereby confer upon you the degrees and certificates which you have earned.
Class, please be seated. First row, though, you can stay. Marshals, will you escort them to the stage?
As our first graduate approaches, I just wanted to, a little advice. On this big night, I would hate to embarrass you by saying your name incorrectly. If you don't mind too much, if you want to just whisper in my ear if you think I might say your name wrong or if it's troublesome, I'd really hate to mess it up for you. Gene Peterson, Associate in Arts, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, All USA Community College Academic Team Scholarship nominee. April May Guggen, Associate in Science and Arts, Phi Theta Kappa, All USA Community College Academic Team Scholarship nominee. Imari Shane Tito, Associate in Arts, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Mary Joanne Rondo, Associate in Applied Science, Technology Management, Phi Theta Kappa. Abby Wyman, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, cum laude. Tiffany Arsenal, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Victoria Ann Russ, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, cum laude. Rachel Annette Lengovich, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Samantha Jo Buckmaster, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Dakota J. Thompson, Welding and Fabricating Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. Romalie B. Ravesh, Heating, Ventilation, AC, Refrigeration, Certificate of Completion. Amy Galbraith Campo, Associate in Applied Science, Business Management, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Trisha Jo Dishaw, Associate in Applied Science, Business Management, Accounting Clerk Specialist, Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Haley Nicole Kaharick, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology. Tammy Jean Burris, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology, cum laude. Amber Ray Tierney, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Dana Gorman, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion. Paige Elaine Keith, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Brooke Ashley Walter, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Caitlin Ann Shananequit, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, magna cum laude. Sierra Michaela Patterson, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Caitlin Ann Deming, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Kimberly S. Lewis, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology, cum laude. Joseph Lee Miracle Jr., Associate in Applied Science, Emergency Medical Services, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Joseph Ray Russell, Associate in Applied Science, Technology Management, cum laude. Daniel Jordan Catterman, Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Technology, Automotive Technology Master Certification, Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist, Certificate of Completion. Paige Elizabeth Carroll, Automotive Technology Master Certification, Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist, Certificate of Completion. Blaine Christopher Powley, Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Technology, Automotive Technology Master Certification, Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist, Certificate of Completion. Cody Robert Neer, Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Technology, Automotive Technology Master Certification, Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist, Certificate of Completion, magna cum laude. Sarah Lee Lewick, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion. Give it a shot. Hey, I was right. Michael N. Packazer, Associate in Science, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion. Billy Jolene Delisle, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Gotcha. Laura Picella, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion. Megan Elizabeth Miller, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion. Vanessa Elaine Craig, Associate in Science and Arts. Casey Greaves, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. Dustin Allen Stein, Automotive Technology Master Certification, Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist, Certificate of Completion. Joshua Robert Kenneth Smith, Automotive Technology Master Certification, Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist, Certificate of Completion. April Grace Holtzlander, Associate in Arts, summa cum laude. Cody Cross, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, Associate in Science, magna cum laude. Desiree Elizabeth Middleton, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Chelsea Marie Hunke, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, cum laude. Justine Ashley Griesick, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, cum laude. Mary Rose Wood, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, cum laude. Jason Nowak, Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Technology, summa cum laude. Nicholas Nolan Pergel, Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Facilities Technician, Associate in Applied Science, Heating, Ventilation, AC Refrigeration, Heating, Ventilation, AC Refrigeration, Certificate of Completion. Craig Stephen Lyons, Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Industrial Technician, Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Technology, Electrical Technology, Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Nathaniel L. Wade, Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Technology, Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Facilities Technician, Electrical Technology, Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Andrea Denise McLaren, Associate in Applied Science, Foundations in Art and Design, summa cum laude. Ashley Michelle Jaquis, Pharmacy Technology, Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Bass, Pharmacy Technology, Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. Tara Lynn Price, Surgical Technology, Certificate of Completion. Melissa Suzanne Montbriand, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Erin Elizabeth Coslow, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Ethan David Rash, Associate in Science and Arts, summa cum laude.
And I want to add something really special about this graduate because he hasn't even graduated high school yet. He's going to do that in a few weeks. Congratulations, Ethan.
Gary Lee Williams, Associate in Computers, Computer Information Systems, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Tessa Elizabeth Richards, Pharmacy Technology, Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Morgan Michelle Robinson, Associate in Applied Science, Business Management, cum laude. Sandra Jean Curtis, Associate in Arts, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Emily Sabins, Associate in Applied Science, Administrative Assistant, cum laude. Jennifer Weiss, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology, cum laude. Jenny L. Hubbard, Associate in Fine Arts, Studio Art, Associate in Arts, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. John Daniel McWilliams, Associate in Applied Science, Heating, Ventilation, AC Refrigeration. Marissa Jade Gardner, Associate in Arts. Cassandra Lee Moore, Cosmetology Certificate of Completion. Savannah Lee Saunders, Cosmetology Certificate of Completion. John R. Rabb, Associate in Science Photography. Congratulations. Saria Elizabeth Vordermark, Associate in Applied Science, Business Management, cum laude. Taylor Marie Holsworth, Associate in Business Administration. Lindsay Ann Benson, Associate in Applied Science, Business Management, Associate in Business Administration. Shauna L. Davis Belanger, Associate in Arts. Sarah Jill Streifel, Associate in Business Administration, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Allie Caitlin Robeson, Associate in Science and Arts, summa cum laude. Abra Alyssa Ball, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Allison McGinnis, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Randy Leanne Holmes, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Chantel Leanne Brooks, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Alexis Michaela Dandy, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Sarah E. Kumper, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Rainey Levi Jenkins, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Artemi Krugloff, Associate in Applied Science Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa. Elizabeth Ellen Statler, Associate in Applied Science Nursing. Michael James Svekara, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Tressa Sosnowski, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Denisha De Leon, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Renee Melos, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Tanya Sue Boleski, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Nicole Renee Burr, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Samantha Ann Campbell, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa. Michaela Ann Wan, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Victoria Lynn Bunker, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, summa cum laude. Andrea Beth Park, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Janet L. Firestein, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Sandra Lynn Chapman, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Kayla Christine Hardison, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. I wanted to save this for the end. It was hard to hold it in while you guys were all doing it, but woo! All right. All right. One more time, could I have the class of 2017 please rise? Okay. One last act to really cement the fact that you are graduates now. Take your tassels, move it from right to left. But don't throw your hats in the air or anything. You want to keep these as souvenirs, so hold on to those. As we conclude tonight's 2017 commencement ceremony, again, I want to congratulate all the graduates. I know it's a little repetitive, but I think it's merited. Can we have one more big round of applause for the graduates? Woo! Now, during the recessional at this point, if we can have all the guests in the audience, please remain seated until the recessional is finished. Once that's concluded, you're free to go outside, meet up with your graduate or your graduates, take as many pictures as you want, come back inside, take pictures on the stage in the auditorium, find your favorite professor and take pictures with them, put it on your Facebook page to embarrass all of your faculty, do whatever you need to do to celebrate this evening. As Tim said, celebrate responsibly. We're very proud of you. Congratulations, graduates. Good night.